Welcome back. This is an anime review of The Beginning After the End from Druko the Nerd.
The review is about the beginning after the end. So now I'm gonna go ahead and say this now. I read this. I'm sure a lot of people who gonna see this, who gonna watch this, probably read it. Hey man, you might be new, but this is one. This is gonna be them ones. I don't necessarily want to say it's probably gonna be um like a solo leveling thing, like maybe up to there. But it's gonna be one of them. East anime is gonna be one of the ones like isekais. It's gonna be like this is a good story. I love it. And I love it, and it's probably gonna be it's gonna be something special. Right? Like I said, I'm glad we getting to see more of these shows popping out. If you saw my solo leveling reviews and whatever, I said the same thing with that one. I said they're giving so much love to these new stories that's not shonen jump, like shonen jump mangas and stuff like that, and they don't branching out. And I understand that, and if they do more things like there's other animes out here that's from not just shonen jump, I was like, yeah, but we finally get to really seeing the very good ones like solo leveling. Now this one. So watching these two episodes, it wasn't really much going on. Really to be like, oh wow, or whatever. But I just know the potential of this anime, and it's going to be great. Arthur. So I guess you can go to this episode one. So basically, he pretty much Arthur was, I guess. I'm gonna say Arthur now. In his past life, he was basically a king, a tyrant, and anything like that. And he wasn't really a good guy. You can see in his face that he wasn't. He didn't really have the feelings, or he didn't have the parents who care for him after his transferred to a baby, or got reincarnated to another baby. He didn't really feel the way he felt before. And you can tell in his eyes, it was like, man, he killed children, he killed parents, and this like that. He did all these things, blowing up cities and stuff like that. Do whatever you do just to run a tyrant, because that's how he was raised, or that's how I guess he was an orphan, or that's how he was raised in that time, and that's how you feel, anything like that. So he didn't really. So when he goes to let's go skip over, and then he actually get reincarnated, and he showed. I don't really necessarily remember because it's been a while since I read it. And the thing is, it's still going on. And I remember him getting killed, or somebody killed him. I don't remember him just dropping dead like that he did in the first episode. But it was just weird. But digress. Like now he got reborn. He didn't know what was really going on. And I like the fact that he just trying to figure out in his mind, in the baby mind, he's still trying to figure out what's going on and stuff like that. And be like, who are these parents and stuff, and why they call me, this is your mom and this is your daddy. It's like, apparently this is my parents and whatever. This is a new world or whatever. So this show is going to be, it's going to start off slow. So the first two episodes, it's gonna start off slow. It may seem that way, but it's really gonna pick up later on. Like at the end of episode 2, he jumped off the then got jumped off. He got pushed off to the cliff, and that's what really gonna start to get in there, whatever. So he can go see his whole arc of getting stronger and anything like that. But it's just like when he's in there, he trying to learn. He said he learned the same skills. He's trying to learn what's about this world, and he's watching his dad, training and anything like that, and trying to figure out, okay, they got magical powers or anything like that, other than my old world, or whatever. Because they where I guess his past life, they just use ki. This is use different type of magic, mana, stuff like that. And now we're gonna see different people abilities of augmenters and emitters, and there's one more thing. Augmenters, emitters. The third one's not coming from, but the mom is like I think what is this, an emitter? I guess she's like one of the rarest ones, have the rarest abilities or healing abilities. So that's why in the scene in episode 2, I know I'm jumping around, but episode 2, when before she healed her husband, when they were trying to go to another city to get Arthur some training, they try to the rest of the crew, I guess the original crew or guild they was in, be like, hey, hold on, let's take precautions before you start healing, because you have a weird ability, and we want to make sure you okay and everything like that, right? But Arthur going on, he's learning, trying to figure out what's going on. He watching his dad train and stuff like that, and he realized, even though in the scene that he went to the library, he saw books and whatever. He went to the library and stuff like that. His parents is being parents. They're so happy and giddy, whatever. And he's still trying to figure out what's going on. He don't really like him being a baby and whatever. He can't, bodily functions. You're a baby. There's not much you really can do. But when you start crawling, I think after a couple months, he starts crawling. He starts going to like magical books. He trying to learn more, or just books in general. He's trying to learn more about the world that he's in, and which is great. It's like, okay, cool. He's getting more excited. He's gonna like, let me learn stuff, whatever. And then he start learning magical books. He said, okay. He said maybe mana is like key from his past. So he start putting his hands together, and he start meditating pretty much and trying to figure out if this is the same. If I could do the same thing I did in my past, will it work over here? And of course it does. And then I remember like 3 months, and he start training. In 3 months, he realized, okay, it works. And then his mom found him or whatever. So continue on. He's starting to learn more, and he's starting to show. Still watching, doing the same thing, trying to get a little bit older. He's walking and stuff like that, trying to understand what's going on and how this world works and how he can get stronger. But this whole entire time, I think he was. It didn't really give you a time frame of his age when the scene that he blew up the house, basically, because he got, unlock a level. Ooh, sorry about that noise. But unlocked a level and blew up the house or whatever. And of course he was like, but even before that scene, he was like, man, I want to read more. I want to go to Imagination. The mom was trying to be like, nah, I'm finna let you be in here, do this, do whatever. But he was like, please, eyes or whatever. He's like, okay, she caved in, give me that. But then they finally went after he blew up the house or whatever. And of course they went to parent mode and be like, where's Arthur, doing this, doing that. And they realized that at the age of what did it say, 3? I think he was like 3, 2 or 3 at the time he blew up the house. He was like, this is not normal. He said he's only 3 years old, 3 years old, and how is he really even doing this? It's like we pretty much have a genius on our hands. So when he became 4, no, I think it was 4. When he became 4, and I guess doesn't realize, like, after that's how it ended. After that, he started crying. He started feeling like, I never felt this feeling before. Caring parents in his past life. He's just like, I never had this before. It's always been killed or be killed, or he always had different emotions about anything, or he didn't have emotions at all. And that's how he really became a tyrant and a king, and how crazy, horrible a king he was. But he was a great fighter. So he started trying to start training with his, the dad trying to start training, going into episode 2, the dad started trying to train him in a way, and he believed that Arthur was going to be like him with the gauntlets and stuff like that. And Arthur chose a sword. Why would you not choose a sword? Why he chose a sword? Because he had a sword in his past life. He knows how to fight. And I guess behind the scenes a little bit, he kind of knows how to either use the same, I guess in the same skills he did in his past life, to kind of implement what he's doing now with his feet. You do put like magic mana in his feet, then make him run faster and stuff like that. And a little whole little training beginning of the episode. In the episode 2, the dad realized, it's like, oh snap, he know to do basically mana control, and he's like, this is not normal for a 4-year-old. And and I really like that. And he realized, it's like, okay, our son is a genius. Like, because he went in the house and talk to the mom, and he's like, why would try to send to our kid to a city, or give him a tutor and anything like that? And it was like, he's a 4-year-old genius. He said at this age, typically like kids don't even hit this level yet. He's a genius. He's probably more interested. And the mom was like, well, I can teach him a little magic or whatever and stuff like that. I was like, he needs to go somewhere who's better at teaching him, or for kids his age and stuff like that. And Arthur, I think he's like, what age? After what age was it? He shouldn't. He looked kind of too big to be 4 years old, but I guess he was at the time. And he was like, and Arthur came out with a good idea, and was like, well, how about we all go? So I guess like, oh, I don't know why the parents didn't really think about that. And he was like, okay. So then they got excited and move on. And their original crew came in. They used to be with. I guess they got, they wanted to settle down, or they did that after, they had, got pregnant with Arthur and stuff like that, and and that's part of the old group. So they a well-known party, well-known party, and so he started meeting everybody that's in the crew and stuff like that, and then you know start meeting everybody in the crew, and start even watching them how they knew their own abilities and stuff like that. Sorry, I'm keep moving my mic, and I'm just whatever talking, but and he started learning everybody's abilities and stuff like that, or he started introducing himself. They started introducing him to Arthur and stuff like that. He's trying to get to know him. Then they start on a journey to go to some type of city so he can get all this training or whatever. And on a long ride there is typical anime. It's like you're on a road and whatever. Of course, some bandits is gonna pop up or anything like that. And eventually, and but even then between that and before the bandits show up, they was kind of like training him a little bit, showing him some things and stuff like that. And then he did a mock battle with the dude with the spear. Forgot his name. A mock battle to do with this thing with the spear, and he soon realized that this boy is not it's not a joke. He's not should be doing this at this age, and he even called him a little monster. So he's like why he's like you should you're supposed to hold back against the kid. He said y'all didn't fight this little monster. He's strong as hell. He's like he shouldn't be doing this at 4. So you can't even imagine how he gonna be when he becomes a teenager or an adult and stuff like that. And they continue on. They still they're having creating a bond and stuff like that. And I think her name was Jasmine. Jasmine gave him a dagger or a knife, anything like that. And so before the whole bandits thing pop up, so they continue on doing the journey. And then this when the bandits popped up and stuff like that. Like I said, there's 2 episodes really nothing. It's just really showing just the start off. Like I said, it start off slow, but I think episode 3 is really gonna pick up a little bit because what's gonna happen in that scene. The next episode what's gonna happen, how he gonna come out of there and whatever. But and everybody's fighting, trying to fight off the bandits and stuff like that, and they try to the dad try to protecting them, telling him to run, try to get his mother out of there because Arthur doing this whole thing realized that something's wrong with his mom. And something wrong with his mom, and I'm pretty sure you all can tell like right away that she was pregnant, and he didn't realize it just yet until the dad was like, "Go run." He's like, "You're gonna have to be a big brother, protect your mom, whatever." Because Arthur was like, "I can sit here and stay, I can fight and whatever. I know you're strong, but use that strength to protect your mother and your future sibling." Which I ain't gonna say if it's a boy or girl or whatever, but I know what it is. But it is what it is, and it's gonna be even more crazy, even down the road with the dad. I ain't gonna get too much spoilers or whatever, but it gets run around when it comes around that whole relationship baby thing, which is insane how it really went down. So he leaves, he's trying to run away. He leaves, and there was a person on top of a cliff. And doing this thing, trying to just take him out, kill him or whatever. And Arthur soon sensed it and pushed him out the way. He got hit, but he still, I don't know when he had the string on the. Did she say there was a string? A rope? No, she did say that. Jasmine who gave him. I hope I'm saying her name right. Like I said, I'm not good at names. I'm not really good at names and remember all these characters stuff like that. But I will get better. But she gave him the knife. Yeah, she did tell him there was a rope on her. And when he's like mid like falling in the thing, he's like, "I'm taking you with me" or whatever. He took him with him, and that whole scene was kind of impactful. It was kind of cool to see he's really, of course the parents like, "Oh my god, I don't know how long," of course typical anime, "I don't know how long he's falling," whatever, able to sit there and everybody to run to the cliff watching you fall, and he's having this whole little inner monologue and like, "Oh my god, I really, why am I finna die?" Or "I really would have loved this life because I got caring parents I never had before. I never had these feelings." He was tearing up, crying or whatever. He said, "I want to be here. I want to stay here and do whatever." It's like, "I would have loved this life or whatever." But this episode 2, he's gonna survive, and episode 3, and then episode 3 it's really when everything's really gonna like really pick up, and but. This show, I would say this anime really keep up with it because it's really gonna blow. I feel like it's gonna blow a lot of people's minds. and I really can't wait to see the what I really can't wait to see what the anime is really gonna keep in, or because certain things they even do it with they even did it in solo leveling. They took certain things out of the story, I guess, to make it, I guess faster, make the actual episode faster or anything like that. But I can't wait to see what they're gonna show us and everything. And and this yeah, keep up with it. This show is gonna be good. Like I said, it's gonna be a lot of action. It's gonna be a lot of magical things. A lot of one of the best, probably. I'll say it's gonna be one of the ones isekais, like fantasy wise, anything like that. Something like I don't know, Rise of the Shield Hero, stuff like that, and whatever. And maybe I don't want to say how I got reincarnated into a slime, but the whole field of fantasy, seeing certain things, meeting people, of course, elves, dwarves, and stuff like that, and just typical things. But it's really awesome to go to see, keep up with it. I mean, I enjoyed for this first two episode just to really introduce, give us an introduction to Arthur and how everything is and how the whole dynamic gonna really be is and how it's gonna show how OP he really gets. Typically in these animes, every main character mostly always get OP eventually, but he actually works at it, and he's not just be like, oh, he just gifted, even though he sees like he just say he just gifted or whatever, but he's like he really works hard to get beyond where he is currently, and he's gonna meet some people, he's gonna meet some people, uh, friends all over the world and stuff like that before in his travels, and it really gets good. Keep up with it, and I'm really excited to see for what they really gonna do in the first season. I don't know how many episodes it's gonna be. It probably could be just be 12, and if it is 12, that's fine, and that's typical 12, 13, or whatever. But I just really hope that they don't really take a lot of stuff out because this gonna be stories. It's really impactful, and that's really it. I hope you like the review, man. If you like the review, leave a like, comment, anything like that. Tell me, let me know how y'all feel about this anime just by watching the two episodes, or what do you think is gonna be good? Do you think it's gonna be bad? Do you think it's gonna be mid or whatever? But if so, let me know down in the comments, and I'll see you on the next review, probably next week review. I don't know what days to come out. Today's Wednesday. I don't know what days this episode comes out, but whenever it comes out, I'm gonna have another review for you guys. See y'all in the next one. Peace.